So let me ask you guys a question.
All right.
Do you remember where you were on September 23rd, 2001? I remember where I was at. All right. I was at home watching football. It's week 2 of the 2001 season. Yeah. Week 2. Just watching football, and something significant happened that day. I wasn't actually watching it live because they didn't show those games down here. But like, it was a divisional game, week 2, and I just remember, I think it was like a break in the game where they show a highlight from another game, and they were like, "Hey, breaking news! You see this quarterback from the one team running towards the sideline, and he gets fucking lit. I mean, lit by the defense, dude. Yeah, he got lit.
Mo Lewis.
When I see that lick to this day, it's still pretty fucking brutal. And so obviously, quarterback, he can't finish the game, and in comes this scrawny kid who played his college ball at Michigan.
Michigan. He was nicknamed the comeback kid at Michigan.
And this is significant, man, because that dude that came into the game was fucking Tom Brady. And the rest, 12. As they say, is history.
And do you realize during that particular time, they were going to fire everybody from the staff of New England. Before the game, Herm Edwards and Belichick, they were talking. He said, "Hey, man, you better put your house up for sale." That's a fact.
Well, I think they went like, 5-11 the season before?
Yeah, and that game, actually, they didn't even win that game. But after that, fucking sailing.
We went rolling. I think we finished that year pretty good, if I can remember.
Yeah.
I was watching the game.
Were you watching the game when he got hurt?
Yeah.
See, I wasn't, because they didn't show. And at that time, the Jets and the fucking Patriots weren't like, you know what I'm saying? The Patriots weren't where they are now, where they'll show that shit down here
it was Bills Patriots.
Oh, was it Bills? Okay, Bills.
Patriots.
Okay, yeah.
And I mean, Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, Sunday football was always at my house.
Yeah.
We'd order a bunch of pizza, get a bunch of beer, and everybody come over and watch a game.
Hey.
And we were watching. We thought the season was over.
Oh yeah, because Bledsoe
went out. I mean,
and y'all were like, "Oh man."
Yeah.
So Tom Brady should always send Mo Lewis
a dozen roses,
and about 500,000. Help that insurance money.
Yeah.
And Bledsoe got in the wine business after that. No, he has a winery up in Washington.
Yes, he does.
Yes,
he does.
Yeah, so.
I didn't even know that. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Instant Replay, presented by the ACS Universe. I am ACS. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at 2279ACS.
I'm PJ. You can catch me at on Instagram at i.r.pj.
And guess what? I'm back again.
Sloan back in the house.
Guess who's back?
So you can get me at Get Fit Personal Training in Sandy Springs, Georgia. Sloan at getfitwithsloan.com.
Hold on. I want to go off of that now.
Okay.
Off of that. So that was September 23rd, 2001.
Yeah.
Do you know it was October 1st, 2000?
No.
It was Belichick's first win as coach of New England Patriots.
Well, I was going to talk about my German Shepherd.
Let me hit you. Noticeably absent from this episode is Jonathan. He wasn't able to make it, so shouts out to Jonathan, man. He'll listen to this and be like, "Fuck, I wish I was."
Yeah.
He'll be back next week though.
Yeah, but if you need to find him, you can get him on Twitter and Instagram at i.r.jonathan.
Yeah.
He'll probably answer your messages.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. So jumping right into it, one of the things that stood out to me from this past week of football, we have a segment on this show that we call Asshole of the Week, and when we first talked about that segment, the example we used was Vontaze Burfict. that was the big one. We were like, it'd be just like, who's the Vontaze Burfict? Like,
So we thought about calling it the Perfect Award every week.
Well, I think he's back.
Yeah. And there were you could see everyone. It looked like he started to play cleaner.
Yeah.
But then a couple weeks ago, there was footage of him punching a lineman in the face,
twisting ankles in the pile.
Yeah. And then Then we get Sunday.
But you know what the little factoid about him? Do you know he's supposed to have been a #1 draft pick coming out of college?
And why wasn't he number one?
Because he had questionable character issues. A good friend of mine, he's a scout for the Rams, and we always have talked about certain guys. Don't give a lot of names, but I kind of put this to the forefront tonight. And Burford had a lot of behavior issues. He's first-round talent. That's obvious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Marvin Lewis took it upon himself that I could basically help this guy out, but I think the Bengals actually made it worse.
Yeah, that was a bad culture he was in there, and it showed because he had, man, how many suspensions there?
And plus, I mean, Marvin Lewis kind of, I guess, I want to say lets him get away with that kind of crap. You know what I mean? There's a lot of players that he took on, like Pac-Man Jones and stuff, who had like questionable on-field stuff.
And off-field.
Yeah, and then, you know, invited. I can understand trying to change guys and stuff, but after a certain point, because that hit from Sunday, I mean, when I saw it, dude, the tight end was he was down on one knee.
He gave himself up.
Yeah.
You know, back in the old days now,
that's not a flag back.
it was legal.
Yeah.
But now the culture changed. It's like now certain things we can't say to women in public or at the workplace.
Yeah.
So you have to change with the times.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, the NFL is trying to get the cleaner, you know,
Safer.
Safety. They're
is
really
way up there.
promoting the safety, and that's why he's looking at the rest of the year off.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if he does get suspended for the entire season, do you think somebody picks him up?
No, definitely not.
No, nobody's not gonna pick him up. I mean, the guy. So what? He lost $6 million over the past couple of years, but the dude had made about $60 million. So he's not really worried about too much for his income loss.
Yeah.
Just since 2016, he's lost $3.7 million.
Yep.
In game checks.
Yeah.
Right.
And tacked on another. Yeah, it seems low, but it was only like $249,000 in fines. But nowadays they're getting fines of what, $50,000, $60,000 per hit.
Right.
And obviously his were more egregious than what those guys are getting.
And also I think the NFL did say that this was like 75%, not just because of that hit, but because of past performance.
Of course.
Yeah, you know
of
what I'm
course,
saying?
man.
So
I mean, you have to.
And, you know, I think about it, maybe he only gets half the season suspended if he didn't run off the field laughing like he did. That was the worst thing. Did you see him?
Yeah. I saw the incident.
Oh, man, you can't do that, dude. I mean, you make a hit like that, and then you laugh about it because he could have hurt. I'm surprised the dude ain't hurt. Who did he hit?
The tight end. What's the guy's name?
For the Colts.
For the Colts. Yeah.
Shit, I can't think of his name.
Ebron?
No.
Jeez.
The one that Andrew Luck used to love so much. Jake. Shit, I can't remember his fucking name.
Horrible. The best news Fox, best football podcast. We don't even know
we can't remember names.
But the sad part about the whole thing, man, about a guy like that, I always have this saying: talent trumps behavior.
Yeah.
In certain situations, you've been around guys that are exceptional talent. You tolerate a lot of stuff, but here's the thing: what happens to these type of guys once the skill set start dropping a tab, you're not getting back in.
No.
You know, Terrell Lawrence could have played another 3 years.
Yeah.
Chad Ochocinco could have played another 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Randy Moss.
Yeah.
You know.
I think Randy was done.
No, he still had some time. He still had some time left, but sometimes you just don't want to deal with malcontents like that in your locker room. It could be a problem.
Once that Miami stuff happened to Ochocinco, he was he was done.
Yeah, because that's when he beat the girl up.
Yeah.
Yeah. He headbutted her.
His newlywed wife. I mean, they were married for like 2 days.
Gold digger, but anyway.
Well, maybe. She was real quick to run to the courthouse after that.
Ochocinco's on like reality TV shows just looking. He was on one with his mom. and they fussing. It was like a big group of people. I can't remember what the name of it was. My wife watches it, and he was on. It had like celebrities on there with other family members, and he was on there with his mom's. Mom's fucking going off. It was ridiculous, man.
Hey,
But yeah,
man.
that's hey, another thing. I mean, anybody seeing any fucking Antonio Brown signings in the future?
No.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, once it cools down and everything.
It's got to cool down. He's still active on Twitter.
You know he's gonna get paid.
He's gonna get some money from people.
He's gonna get about right about $9 million.
Oh, with those lawsuits or whatever he just put out there.
It was guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Now-
I know the
Word on the street, he's going back to Pittsburgh. You didn't hear that from me.
Oh shit.
I don't know, man.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be the most surprising thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my life if that happens. But who knows in the NFL?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if he will go back. I don't know. He not this year. Maybe next year.
Like I said, word on the street.
Well, look, they got to get it. They got to get a guy behind center that can throw the ball downfield.
And
They got one.
you think so?
You know how many, you know what his average was last night?
Who's Rudolph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.7 yards a pass.
Guess what? He's a young guy. Short passes, build confidence, run the ball. Guess what? Not the boy. The young man can spin it.
Yeah,
I watched him spin it at Oklahoma State. Now you got to remember, he set out all last year. He didn't even see the field. So he can spin it. And if he finish out the rest of this year and pull out some wins,
Yeah.
I think Roethlisberger might need to go on and get the rocking chair.
We'll see. We'll see. They gotta not line up in the Wildcat 7 times a game.
Yeah.
Okay. You got me on that one.
All right, each of y'all give me a team that has legitimately surprised you this season that you didn't think was going to be, doing anything, and they're just fucking. I'll give you mine right now. And these boys they could have been 3-1 right now if it wasn't for the fucking missed field goal against the Giants a couple weeks ago. The Buccaneers, their plans, dude. Jameis Winston only has 2 picks this year.
That's crazy.
That is fucking crazy.
But how many fumbles did he have? There's 4 turnovers in that game.
Yeah, they put a thumping on them, though.
Yeah.
That defense. Woo.
Yeah, no, defense is great. Arians doing a good job down there.
I think that was the biggest problem with Jameis, though, is first off, he does some dumb stuff off the field, and second off, he just turns the ball over.
He had that habit in college.
Yeah. It was hidden by it because Florida State was so good that year. He won the national championship. Yeah, because I remember his last season in college, after they won it, the next season, every single game they played, if you caught the halftime score, Florida State was down by 2-3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's just throwing it to the other team. But yeah, I'm surprised that they're doing this well. In that division, I probably would have thought beforehand that maybe the Falcons would be doing that well before the season. You know what I'm saying? But in that division,
I mean, are we going teams that are looking good or teams that are looking bad?
Just surprised teams that surprised.
Something that surprised
good,
somebody
bad.
thought it was going to be fucking awesome.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I am very surprised at the Rams.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I really think the Patriots broke them. Sean McVay doesn't look. He's supposed to be this masterful play caller.
Yeah,
he is.
He has the best wide receiver core. He's got one of the best running backs in the game. And they're not doing anything. I mean, they're 3-1. They are 3-1, barely 3-1.
Yeah,
they got thumped up the other day. I don't think they played anybody seriously good.
because they had Carolina week 1, and then they could have been. Remember they played the Saints when Drew Brees got hurt. It could have been 2-2 right now.
They could be 2-2 right now.
And you had the one touchdown that the refs blew the whistle on, the fumble.
Early whistle.
Could have changed the game.
But you guys say that when I see these type of games that guys are playing, I really don't look at who they're playing. It's on the schedule. You play who you play.
Yeah, yeah. Who's in front of you? Yeah.
So when I look at that, when you look at the Rams, per se, this guy Goff, he was exposed when he played your team, of course, Belichick and the guys, Brady and the boys. And then when you look at McVay is a great coach, but what makes the coaches that are at the top better than the coaches that are geniuses and good? Their second half adjustments.
Adjustments are key.
So when you look at the first 15 plays are always scripted. Now, after the first 15, what do you do then? That's what makes Andy Reid, Belichick, Pete Carroll, these guys, it's like they play in a different game when they come out the second half. McVay, you look at all the new young coaches, they are very good the first 15 scripted plays, which is the first half.
Yeah.
And then how are they the second half?
Yeah.
So once they get a little bit more second half adjustment skill set, they're going to be just as good as these other guys because everybody started that way.
Yeah.
Everyone started that way. So I guess it's my team. My team surprise is the Saints.
The Saints.
Really?
You remember a couple of weeks ago we talked about Bridgewater?
Yep.
Yeah. Season. Whenever I talk about the Packers and their early season success, I do it with I'm cautiously optimistic because now you can see that the Vikings, they ain't nice. The Vikings aren't that good.
No.
They beat the Falcons, but the Falcons aren't nice.
No.
What's the Vikings' biggest problem? The $84 million man.
They
They should arrest his ass for stealing. I mean, serious. They should come and put the handcuffs on him and say, "We got to put you in jail for stealing all this money. You embezzled."
But who didn't see that? Who didn't laugh at that contract when it happened?
Yeah, that's
Everybody did.
Everybody did.
It
Even Kirk Cousins laughed at it.
He said, "I'm going to the bank."
He said, "Really?"
Think about this, man. They never wanted to sign into anything long term when he was with Washington.
Nope.
They saw something on film that everybody missed.
All they want to do is keep franchising them for $22 million.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
There was nobody else to.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
I wish I was playing today, man. I tell the franchise my
Where do I sign?
Yeah.
franchise
Dude, yes.
every damn. Think about it. You're gonna be the highest paid guy out of your position in the top 5. Man, come on, and it's guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yep.
Guaranteed.
Who cares about a long-term deal? Because a NFL contract is like toilet paper, man.
Yeah, you get cut.
It's not worth
beside
anything.
the guaranteed money.
Right. That's the only thing they care. Oh, he signed for $120 million. Yeah, in 3 years he's probably gonna get maybe 25, maybe 30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not a quarterback.
Oh, did he hit? Did he hit his incentives? No. Oh.
But going back to the Packers Eagles game. Right now, as I sit, I'm like, look, let's move past that shit. Let's get the fucking Cowboys. Aaron Rodgers, he does like playing in Jerry World. I give him that shit. So we'll see what's coming up. But I mean, it's a loss. It's an early season loss against a team that was desperate for a fucking win. Eagles were 1-2.
Yeah.
And so you get a team desperate mode, and you kind of maybe a little bit high on your 3-0 record. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then, but going forward, Matt LaFleur better let that offense open like he did last week. Dude, he was slinging that shit.
Matt LaFleur is another young coach.
Yeah, he
couldn't adjust second half.
No, he couldn't. And when you were saying that earlier, that's what I had in my mind was Matt LaFleur along with McVay, was because all 3 games this season we fucking came out of the gate. The only thing that's played good in the second half is the defense.
First 15.
We didn't even score again. We 21-0 on the Vikings, didn't score again.
And the defense got tired. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
3 and out. What happened to the creativity? What happened to the adjustments?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what they're taking away from us. This is what we need to do.
Mm-hmm. And also, veteran fucking Mike Pettin, he better fix some shit because we got Zeke this week.
Zeke gonna be real hungry because
them Saints put it.
Yeah, y'all's offensive line needs to start making some holes. Because if you don't have the running game going,
And that's just weeks 2 and 3. The running game was on point.
Wasn't last week.
No, it wasn't last week at all.
The teams that you were playing were in the bottom third of run defense.
Mm-hmm. Well, not the Vikings are in the bottom third though.
No, the Vikings have one of the best front sevens.
Yeah.
They just don't have a quarterback. they have a real thief in the night.
What game you want to hit next, man?
I guess we'll go over Titans Falcons real quick. The Titans are actually surprising me. They're putting some things together.
The only thing about the Titans is they'll win like that, and then next week they'll lose 13-3 to the Houston Texans. You know, they don't play the Texans next week, but that's the kind of. But yeah, they went in there and look, dude had how many passing yards Matt Ryan have? 400 something.
They just got out physical.
Can't get in the end zone with Julio Jones.
They got out physical, man. I mean, when you look at that,
how many picks he had? 3. Matt Ryan?
I know it was a bunch.
Matt Ryan got them new babies at home. I always have this saying, man, once these guys get married, they have these little bitty kids, and they wives like, well, you might be in the NFL, you still got to watch the baby at night. And
no, he didn't. You know what? Matt Ryan didn't have any picks last week. Surprise.
He did not.
Were there fumbles? I know they turned the ball over. Well, anyway,
they got physical.
They need to fix their offensive line. It's been an issue this whole season.
Mm-hmm.
He's running around out there like crazy. Devontae Freeman's not being able to do what he does.
We were talking about today. Jeremy said he said the Falcons got rid of the wrong running back because Coleman is over there. He's over there. Yeah, in San Francisco. Yeah. He's right about that shit.
You got a better offensive line, and the thing is,
dude,
they're just not physical.
Man,
they got manhandled.
Yeah, so their season. I mean, if Dan Quinn's not on the hot seat yet,
oh, I guarantee you he's on the hot seat.
He's got to be, man. He's got to be.
100%.
Well, we shall see. Now, I don't think he's gonna get. If anything does happen, I don't think it's gonna happen in the middle of the season.
No. It'll be end of the season.
Yeah,
I hope it is at least.
Yeah.
I hope it is because.
Arthur Blank doesn't do business like that. He doesn't. No. What was the one dude though? The one that quit in the middle of the season.
Smith.
No, that was Petrino.
Oh yeah. He's the one that season 1 he just quit.
Yeah, he left everybody a note in the locker room. He bitched out, but you notice he hadn't done diddly squat since he left.
Well, Smith got fired during the season,
right? Did he?
No, he got fired at the end of the year.
Was it the end of the season?
Yeah.
All right, but Petrino left everybody a note in the locker, and then went off to college ball.
And then got in trouble for fucking that girl.
He got in trouble for getting into a motorcycle accident.
Oh yeah,
he fucking that girl. He was tagging that little young girl.
Arkansas, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Then he went to Louisville. They ran his ass out of there too. They took him back. You know, it's like a bad mistress. You don't take her back when she's
No.
Pay her, tell her to leave.
All right, so let's Cleveland, Baltimore.
That was a surprise.
Yeah, I was, and Baltimore have been playing really well this season, and
sometimes
this is week 4, the first quarter of the NFL season. Like actually, when you get to the end of it, like the 4th game, that's when people start weeding themselves out as far as, you know what I mean? I'm not saying Baltimore is not for real, but like the first 2 weeks of the season, first game, everybody was on them. They played the Dolphins.
Kind of start showing your true colors a little bit.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying Baltimore is not going to still make a run at it, but not just talking about Baltimore, but then Cleveland probably got tired of people saying y'all ain't shit, and they were like, hey, let's against this. They were up for that game. In other words, you know what I mean? Like Cleveland was like, hey, let's come out here. These dudes are on a high right now. Lamar Jackson's playing well, whatever, and they were probably like, hey.
See, I had the same opinion, AC, because I was talking to people around, at the studio and everything. I said, man, you know what? Cleveland gonna come out there and put something on them. Oh, Sloan, Lamar. I said, let me tell you something. Think about it. You had Rex Ryan on TV. Baker Mayfield is overrated. Stephen A. Smith. All these football critics, football coaches, and Cleveland just decided we're gonna play defense.
Yep.
And we gonna run that ball. And the best thing that happened to Baker Mayfield,
Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb he balled out.
Yeah,
beast out.
really balled out.
I think it was also Freddie Kitchens wanted to come out and have a good game too.
Yeah.
He took that loss a week before hard.
That's another first-year
Hard.
coach.
Yep.
Second half adjustment. You know what he did the second half? He ran that bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
He knew he could.
Yeah.
You know?
Nick still looks, because I saw him. I was in the military when he was in. Look, it's all different.
Speak of the devil.
He didn't have that many catches though.
2 catches?
Yeah, but like I saw Nick like twice because I was in the military because he went to high school in my hometown and in Cedartown and I saw him like twice and it was hand off. You know what I mean? Like he looked good then, but like that speed that he showed when he broke away on that one.
Couldn't nobody catch him.
No.
You know, it's so funny you say that when they played against Oklahoma in the playoff game.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have some backs, man. I was like, man, these Sonny Michelle, Nick Chubb. I'm like, damn.
That was the humble yourself game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love my Sooners, man, but damn. you know, just to add a little thing with the Cleveland Browns. The problem that I'm gonna have with Cleveland Browns now, you have a true featured back, and you have Landry, you have Beckham. And you have the tight end guy, right? Now, can you imagine those 3 guys in the receiver meeting room discussing how we're going to get the ball, and Freddie Kitchen comes in there and say, this week we going to feature Chubb.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I didn't hear anything bad out of the locker room, so I'm
for
guessing,
now.
Yeah.
Give me 2 weeks.
Because they won.
Yeah.
They won, right?
Give them 2 or 3 straight losses where Beckham's only getting the ball twice.
And Nick Chubb running the ball 20, 30 times.
You're going to hear some talking.
I think you'll still, even if it's 4 or 5 wins in a row, you might hear a little bit. If they're because if they're losing, it's probably because they're targeting Beckham, Landry. If they're doing what they're supposed to do and feeding the ball to the running back and then passing up,
it opens it up.
Yeah, if they're doing that, then they're probably winning.
Offensive line, though, that offensive line, I mean, for us, their pass protection, they need to keep running the ball.
Baltimore should have kept Suggs, man.
Baker loves going to Landry.
Does he?
Oh, he loves going to Landry.
Is he going to be back this week? He got a concussion.
I don't know. They got, you know how that's got to clear. And wait, you're talking about running the ball. Who do they get in another couple weeks?
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team on the bench right now.
Kareem Hunt comes back in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's been on the whooping ass tour.
Yeah,
he's been giving some discipline.
He's a good, you know, receiving back.
Mm-hmm.
He catch the ball and
so
yards
that
after catch.
Chubb is going to get less touches, you think?
That dude don't care.
No,
Chubb don't care.
I mean, I think they're going to split it up. I think
Yeah.
I think that's when Freddie Kitchen's going to get real creative in his game plan.
Yeah.
You know,
You find out what kind of coaching he really
right.
How's he going to work this?
And you'll find out whether he's hitting a stride or he's having his issues.
Yeah.
That is true.
Patriots Bills, we already spoke on that just a tad bit. That was a close game. Two great fucking defenses is what it
It
was.
was a good game.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great game.
Well, yeah, too close. You're a Patriots fan.
It was a heart attack game for me. I mean,
but I mean, dude, the next time y'all fucking play, if there's any kind of like anything on the line, the next time y'all play, when is it? It's at the end of the season.
End of the season.
Yeah, in Foxborough. It'll be one of those to watch. I mean, if Buffalo, if they're in playoff contention the next time y'all play,
ooh, it's gonna be a scrappy
yeah,
game.
like
Yeah, you'll see some ejections.
Brady, come on now, man, you gotta.
You know he's not practicing much now.
Yeah, I know he's not
They
practicing
cut his
much.
reps down.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Stenham is taking most of the reps.
he
They brought in a scout team guy just to run the scout team.
And Brady's fine with that.
No, he don't care. Come on, man. He don't care.
That motherfucker
He don't
get
care about that
old.
shit.
That arm get
Brady
tired.
got to give me some more points, though, man. 4 points on the fantasy, man.
Yeah, he had a 43 passer rating.
Yeah. Bills got a good defense, man.
Yeah.
That was his worst game too, thus far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. This season for sure.
Oh, the next one, which was you got the same list I got.
Yeah.
Chiefs Lions.
Chiefs Lions.
Hey, man. The Lions defense, that's another team that's decent in my division. I mean, I'm gonna say better than decent. The Lions are good, and we still got to play them twice. But the Chiefs, man, he's supposed to throw for 500-600 yards in that dome. Patrick Mahomes, but
That was his first game in a dome since college.
yeah.
Okay.
And the last time he played in a dome, he threw for like 600 yards.
Yeah,
That was in Jerry's world, right?
I believe it.
Yeah,
I
it-
believe
it's
it
in
was.
Jerry's world.
Yeah.
The Lions defense showed up. Fucking Mahomes he didn't have a touchdown.
He had 0 touchdowns.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
I was really surprised because when I looked at the score, I was going through my stuff and I was like, Detroit has the lead. I'm like,
Well, we were saying the same thing.
that was a game. I literally just passed that one. Oh man, the Chiefs got this.
We said it last week because just not because of the fact that the Chiefs are good, but because of the fact that they were about to play in a dome. Quarterbacks like domes, man. You know, especially
no wind.
There's no interference, no
Yeah.
elements.
and
It's
so
72 degrees.
hey, man, this is legit because week 1 of the Lions they lost to or they didn't lose to the Cardinals, they tied.
They're tied.
And since then they're 2-1. They play some good games. Like I legitimately hang my hat on that game right there. If I was the Lions, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
Like, hey,
absolutely.
shoot.
So you think Patricia is coaching the defense better?
Oh,
Yeah.
he
I mean,
calls the defensive
obviously.
plays, doesn't he?
Yeah.
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 So
I mean, it's obvious.
yeah.
He's having an impact.
But-
It took 2 years,
years.
to get it,
They
but
cleaned out the roster stuff. for
yeah, I mean,
Stafford.
get who he wanted in there, and I mean, he had to work on some other things too.
Yeah.
But he's doing a good job. We'll see what happens. I don't know what their schedule looks like coming up.
Who are they playing?
Yeah, check them out. Panthers Texans, man.
Oh, they play y'all next week.
Who?
They play the Packers.
Yeah.
No, we
Monday
play.
night.
No, we play the Cowboys on Sunday. Y'all look, they got a bye next week. They got a bye this week.
that's
Oh, yeah,
okay.
that's right,
Yeah,
'cause
they-
it says
they-
the 14th.
Bye, then the
The
14th.
14th.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
2
yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they got. Oh, wow, they got 2 straight division games.
Yep, they had the Lions and the Packers.
Vikings and the
Oh, Vikings. Okay,
Vikings
yeah.
Packers, then Vikings.
So you said the Panthers?
Panthers and Texans right here. I'm looking at from the game.
That was a very interesting game.
Kyle Allen he winning games.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyle Allen and Kyler Murray were roommates at Texas A&M together.
Oh, really?
yeah?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
He jumped right in that role and took off. He's
Look at this stat right here: 3 wins in the last 12 games. That's all Kyle Allen starts.
And you know what's so funny, man? I think they're gonna get rid of Cam Newton. He's in the last year of his contract.
Yeah.
And I noticed something about watching that game. This guy spread the ball around a lot more.
Yeah.
Everybody got touches. He wasn't just singling one guy out, and he's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I was really
And
surprised.
and the thing is, it's like now, does Rivera call the plays? He doesn't call the offense, does he?
No, he does defense.
Defense, okay.
Defensive guy.
So I don't know who the offense coordinator is. Whoever it is like now I can call these plays that are like not geared towards the 250-pound fucking quarterback. That's going to be like you got to add these scramble plays and shit like that for him
Baby
to run.
Cam.
Yeah, in other words, so now he can be like, hey, look, here's this playbook. We're going to be doing some things differently. We're going to fucking 75% of the time McCaffrey's getting the ball.
McCaffrey's going to get the ball
Yep.
300 times a game,
Yeah.
which is fine because that's what he wants.
Yeah, and he's a young dude. Who
Olsen was catching the ball.
Yep.
I mean, I was really surprised how many guys touched the ball.
Mm-hmm. And
Kept the defense off balance.
Carolina has a pretty good defense because 10 points for the Texans. I mean, Texans can put up some points. 10
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
They got a defense.
And
Luke
they
Kuechly.
shut down what's Watson?
Watson.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yep.
shut him down. So I mean, it's very interesting how that game went about because I really feel that Cam Newton. They say, Cam, we brought you back early. We're gonna sit you down the rest of the year with the Liz Frank foot injury, and they're gonna find out if this kid really can play.
Yeah.
If this kid, it's kind of like the Pittsburgh situation.
Yep.
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mason Rudolph was thrown in a little more for need.
Yeah, but being that elbow injury, man, that it's hard to come back from that.
Well, yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah, we sure. It could be one of those deals where like,
He wants to come back.
oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he said he wanted to come back. It could be one of those deals like Peyton Manning's fucking neck surgery that one time kept him out that whole season.
Yeah.
Because he just couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah, when he came back, he still wasn't.
But Denver had a defense that Pittsburgh doesn't have.
That's
Well, no, the first, let's see, the season that they went to play the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, he was slinging that thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
But then it just
Yeah.
dropped off. Yeah.
In Indy, his last couple years in Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he once he missed that whole season with the neck, he never played another down for Indy.
No.
Once the
No.
end of the season was over, he
Then
signed.
he went
he
over to
he signed for
Broncos.
Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the year that Denver won a Super Bowl with him, that was a defense. Trubisky got
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah. Yep.
So okay, maybe there's three at the top.
Who's they got? Case Keenum now, the quarterback with the Chicago.
No, Case Keenum was the Redskins before
Yeah.
he got benched.
Yeah.
No. Who's the quarterback with the
Chase Daniels.
Daniels.
Chase?
Yeah.
Actually played pretty good
He
when
was
he
Yeah.
came
a Texas Tech kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in. Once he came in, he did all right. So
No film on him yet. Look good when they come in. Everybody calls for the backup. But once the backup realize I'm actually starting this week. Oh shit!
I was holding the clipboard a second ago. What happened? He hurt his shoulder. Oh shit!
Yeah, I didn't even have my damn pants on.
Oh man.
He didn't even get hit in the shoulder either. He
No.
he fell and
Fell on it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Chargers, Dolphins.
yeah. Dolphins 0-4. It's
Got,
more.
got to see Melvin come in a little bit.
Yeah, more the same.
I
Yeah.
think he was gonna stay out the whole year.
That's what he said, but apparently
You know what happened, right?
his wallet got light.
You know what happened? He's sitting in a $3 million house. Somebody called him on the phone and said, "Hey man, you got this $3 million house. Now how did you get this $3 million house?" He said, "Oh shit, that's right. I played football." But let me go back.
No, that's totally what happened. The wallet got light.
Of course.
Yep.
That's what happens to most of them when they holding out and they come back is they run out of money and they're like, shh.
You only get paid for 16 weeks. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And
You get them game checks, and that's it. You're
that's
not
it,
there.
man.
That's why a lot of guys like to skip OTAs and
Yep.
you know, because
The-
they're not getting paid for that stuff.
See, I always say how many baby mamas they have on payroll. That determines a lot. I look at it from a different angle.
Yeah. Damn it, I just had her name. How to put Aria?
Oh,
Yeah, I
Aria
thought she was cool, but you know who was my favorite guy? Joffrey. That motherfucker was great.
Oh man, I hated Joffrey.
Child of incest. What brain? You see, how would you do too much in bring your kids in? Get fucked up.
when I started binging it, I was like, man, I fucking hate Joffrey. A guy from work was like, what if I told you there's going to be a character coming up that made him look like a puppy? And I was like, no. He was like, there's a worse character coming up. And it was, shit, what's his name?
Oh, you talking about the bastard son?
Oh, you talking about?
Yeah.
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
Ramsey.
Yeah.
The bastard son. Man, I'm like, dude. But the one that tripped me out with the dude got his dick cut off and shit.
That's
Yeah.
Ramsey. Yeah.
Yeah. His sister was a trip though. She was a bad bitch now.
Oh, what's
the-
his name, sister? The sailing chick.
Oh, you talking about Theon's sister?
Theon's sister.
Yeah.
But you know what my favorite scene in that movie was? The dogs.
Oh, when they ate up Ramsey.
Yeah. see, you got to remember now. We have working dogs. Our German shepherds. You know, they're working dogs, so they train to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my wife has attitude. If they don't bite, they can't live in the house. Serious, PJ, I'm serious, man.
I believe it. I know Iris.
She's all about, man. Look, she tell you. She said, now my pit bulls, I need them to love people, but my German shepherds, they don't bite. She don't.
She don't want them.
Man, I can show you some home movies of our shepherds doing some work.
Oh yeah.
You were like, damn. I mean, they'll lay in here, man. I used to bring them on the TV set with me. They just lay there. But, you know, people couldn't get too close to me. They'll, like, pop up and look at you.
All right, we're going to jump on into Redskins Giants. Got to see
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, Danny Dimes again. He didn't look as good as he did in the first game.
He won.
Yeah, he won. Yeah. He won. And we got to see the first action from Dwayne Haskins, the rookie. Came in there and kind of got destroyed a little bit.
Well, you know, I saw today on my little ticker, my private enterprise, that the front office and the coaches are in conflict with this guy, man. You know, it's going to be some stuff that's going to go down with this kid.
Really?
We're in conflict with the kid or with
him playing.
Oh.
Yeah, and Gruden and stuff, man. Gruden is not a quarterback teacher. He's like his brother. You know, they really want a veteran. He really didn't want him.
No.
He wanted a veteran in there. So now he's just going to throw his ass out there. He's going to ruin the kid.
Yeah.
He's a perfectly, what do you think, typical prototype.
Oh, quarterback. Talking about Haskins?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He balled out at Ohio State. Yep.
Yeah. He's not athletic.
Nuh-uh.
One of the slowest black guys I ever seen play quarterback. But
he's accurate.
He can throw the ball.
He can read defenses.
Mm-hmm.
They put him out there. Look, the Giants are hungry now. I mean, the first 2 weeks of the season, Eli was starting the games, and like I guess they seen the way it was going, and but once they won against the Buccaneers, and they saw that Danny Dimes could play some football, then now they're like, hey, let's see if we can, you know, maybe win some more games this season. And
I told you guys Danny Dimes could play.
You did.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you guys
You
that?
did.
Check his receipts, man. Come on.
The one thing that Haskins has going bad for him in Washington is that here we go again. Offensive line is just And with Sloan saying he's not, you know, not as athletic, he can't move, can't run. That's going to give him some issues, and it obviously did.
We look at all the young quarterbacks that are playing that have average to below average offensive lines. What can they do? Run.
Yeah.
Who was Russell Wilson? How did Russell Wilson survive his first 2 years in Seattle?
Minshew can run.
Right.
Kyler Murray can run.
Yep.
And so we'll see how it turns out with them up there in Washington. I mean, Gruden maybe doesn't make it through half the season because their owner, Snyder, he'll fire a dude in the middle.
He need to just go get on his boat and shut up.
Yeah. Well, there's not much more to say about that game.
Yeah.
No.
Redskins are exactly what I said they were going to be this year.
Yeah.
Which is
a scrimmage.
Yeah.
Seahawks Cardinals.
What are you gonna say about this game?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that pick on the Arizona's first possession, the first pass, Jadeveon Clowney tipped it up in the air and picked it off and ran and pick six. That was the game.
That set the tone.
Yeah, that was it. And then that fucking tight end. That Disley?
Disley?
I could have picked him up, man, like in fantasy, and I just scrolled right past his name, and now
why?
Because he hadn't been playing. He just came on in the last two games. He's been catching touchdowns and stuff, but I was like, I don't know about him. It's plus the name didn't pop out to me as like familiar. You know what I mean? Correct. So you just I'm like I don't know about this dude, and but yeah, that's it. Seahawks fucking had the hiccup last week.
I don't know if I call it a hiccup, but.
For them, as far as you know what I mean. As far as like whatever, because the Seahawks are good. Like they're always good. So now for the Saints it wasn't a hiccup. The Saints went in there and handled fucking business. But for the Seahawks it was a hiccup. And
yeah, the game got away from them.
Yeah,
and they was like, damn, we got to play. It's too late now. Sometimes that does happen in football, man. You really think you got a game in check, man? I can tell you, there've been times when playing and you line up against a team, and all of a sudden you realize, man, we just got to survive.
Yeah.
We got to play. Nobody get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't match them.
Yeah.
And I've been in a situation where we come to the sideline. The coach say everything we practice in practice.
Out the window.
Throw that shit out the window. This is what we gonna do today. You like really? It happens, man. I mean,
let's just finish it up. Nobody get hurt.
right? It's a survival game.
Start game planning for next week.
Yep.
And plus, I mean, the Saints defense was legit when they played the Seahawks last week.
They surprised the hell out of me. They did.
Yeah, I didn't think. I mean, Bridgewater played whatever, but the Saints defense is fucking legit.
The defense is.
I ain't gonna say like, well, you know what? I ain't gonna say as good as Buffalo's defense.
No, oh no.
But they did hold Zeke down.
Yeah, they did what they needed to do.
Yeah, and they held Dak down.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. I got a whole bunch to say about the Dak situation.
All right, next game, Bucks Rams. That's the one I told you I was surprised about the Bucks.
If I told you last week that the over under for that game was 90,
yeah,
what would you have picked? You know?
Yeah.
I would have said the Rams were going to win it.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. We picked them.
Yeah, we all picked the Rams. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they went in there and handled business, and another one of those games where like Jared Goff kind of, because if you look at the score, 55-40, but like the Rams had 2 defensive touchdowns, so you take away them 14 points, and then
right. But Goff, you can get to Goff, you go right at him up the middle. Mm-hmm. He does not like that kind of pressure.
No,
because that's what New England did to him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Belichick had him.
Well, yeah, they had him on the ends too. Mm-hmm. They overpowered. They played that power front and
they went to the A gaps. They did A gap blitzes all the time, man. That's between the center and the guard. That's the A gap, and they just kept going at it.
Yeah.
Gurley's not doing anything.
I don't know what the hell.
I
remember.
Is done.
You think so?
He got paid.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't do nothing about it because it's a big number against the cap.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
Those knees, man. He got arthritic knees.
Yeah.
I remember because I was watching the game when he was in there in a blowout and fucking blew his knee out when he played for Georgia, and then he missed half the season, his rookie season with the Rams, came in there and balled out to the point where like that was, people drafting Gurley number 1. Then that next season he didn't do anything. It was just straight struggled, and then all of a sudden McVay comes in there, and then he has another couple of good fucking seasons. And balls out. And this season, I don't know. It might be the knees could be bothering him. He just can't do it anymore. Maybe.
Yes.
He's got four games, 49.
How many yards did he have in the game?
16 yards.
How many carries did he have? I'm looking.
Carries. I'm not
5
sure.
carries. He had 5 carries. That's what it says here.
16 yards.
Did he score? Did he score
twice?
He scored.
Twice.
Yeah. Okay.
Little yardage.
Yeah.
He's got 219 yards on the season.
Those aren't Gurley numbers at all.
Nope.
Well, see, the problem that you have now, when you pay a running back, $20 million, whatever they paying, 16.
It's like 14 and a half a year.
Okay, big money like that, and they look at, man, this joker ain't holding up. So we going back to the $8 million guy.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. See. That's what Zeke was bitching about, why he was holding out. Mm-hmm. Now, you think Melvin Gordon is good as Zeke? Hell no.
No. So I don't even know why he was holding out.
Bad advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably from one of them cousins. That's
baby mama trying to take him back to court.
All right, Vikings Bears. Bears improved to 3-1. The Vikings are looking
sloppy.
They're Kirk Cousins.
That's their biggest problem.
Yeah.
Yep. That is. And you could tell that the team's getting upset. Even Thielen is.
He called him out.
Called him out.
Mm-hmm.
Called him out.
Called him out.
We paying it motherfucker all that money, and this is what he gonna do for. I mean, that's pretty much what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Basically.
I mean, it's bad when you calling out your quarterback, the guy who throws you the ball.
Yeah.
Because he can leave, he can hang you out to dry.
Yeah.
Yep. What's he gonna do? He's got to throw it to him.
Yeah.
He has to.
Has to.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't get there.
No, he's having issues. But we said it earlier. You know, when they signed him to that deal, everybody laughed.
Yeah.
Even Kirk Cousins laughed.
First fully guaranteed contract.
Yep. And we knew what it was going to turn out, and that's what it did. They're a way better team than that.
They have everything. They got the running back. They got the receivers.
Man, yes.
And one thing you need to win, you got to have what? Defense.
Defense?
Yeah. They got a pretty good defense. And their offensive line is
Stout.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you're playing the Bears, you're going to have issues no matter how good your offensive line is.
No shit.
But he's out there making some of the plays that I've seen so far this season. And I'm like, dude, y'all might think about like drafting a damn quarterback in the fucking draft next season, or like after the season's over or whatever.
It looks like they're going to have a low pick, so or a high pick, I should say.
Yeah. Jaguars, Broncos, nothing much to say there, except for Gardner Minshew went out and balled out again.
Yep. Had a little rougher game than.
Oh yeah, that's to be expected though. They had a little bit to game plan, and I mean the Broncos, they did just lose fucking Chubb for the season though.
They have no pass rush now.
Yeah,
No.
I mean they got Von Miller, but he can't do it all. I mean Von Miller's still getting back there, but he can't do all that.
Now they're gonna do it. All they're gonna do is they're gonna chip him.
Yep.
They're gonna swing the protection to his side more, and then when you had Chubb on one side, hey, pick your poison.
Yeah, pick your poison.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But yeah, Flacco played decently.
Fournette finally had a good game.
Yeah, Fournette did 225 rushing yards.
Okay.
Jesus.
Look who you playing against.
But those are the games that the guys need, you know.
That's you pad your stats.
Yeah.
Not just pad the stats, but you got to, you're gonna go into next week feeling good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna go into practice, have a good practice week. You're gonna go into the next game feeling good. Leonard Fournette needed that.
Yeah,
he needed
did.
to have a good game.
Yep.
Gardner, he no interceptions.
Mm-mm.
He 19 for 33. But it still had a decent passer rating.
Yeah. Oh no. He's still balling. He's unexpectedly in there. So, I mean, of course, Denver had a little bit more time to plan for him or whatever. But I think he's going to continue to be a little spark for him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and say now you said that being a little spark. Nick Foles goes in there. They go downhill a little bit.
Oh, if Nick Foles gets healthy and the Jaguars are like when is he supposed to come back? Till week 8, right?
Yeah.
Well, say he comes back week 10. They've played with a bye. They've played 9 games.
He went out the first game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
week 9.
Yeah. So if they're winning, I don't see you putting Nick Foles back in there. You don't want to risk re-injury that if they're winning. If they need him, then you take the risk maybe. But
So you lose your job to injury. That's what you're saying.
yeah, basically.
How many times have you seen that happen in football?
Shit, it happened to me.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a twisted ankle.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up playing special teams the rest of the year.
Damn.
Hey, man, it happens.
Yeah.
And the guy that was in front of me, man, Brian Young, I couldn't beat him out.
Mm-hmm.
He was just where I left off, he took off. And there was nothing I can do about it.
Shit.
It happens, man. Because the tape doesn't lie.
No.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't. But if he comes back and there's no way the way the locker room is gonna rally around that dude if when it's time for Foles to come back, they've only lost like 3 games and they're like 6-3 or something like that. Then you what are you gonna do? The locker room's not gonna want Foles to get back behind center because they've been riding with this dude all season long. So
and the captains will actually go to the coach and say, hey.
mm-hmm.
Into the story when Baltimore were in their run when they first put in what's the guy name, the quarterback that got cut out. He won a Super Bowl.
Flacco?
No.
Oh, you talking about
He's a
Trent Dilfer.
Trent
Dilfer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the story was Ray Lewis, a couple of the Sarah Goose and some of the guys, Rod Wilson went in and told Billy, look, man, we can win. All you need to do is score 7 points. We got the rest.
And that defense was fucking.
That was a,
Now think about it. How many quarterbacks win a Super Bowl and they cut them the next year? that right there tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into the big one.
ooh, this was the game of the week for me.
The big one.
Yeah, I stayed up and watched that game.
Yeah.
I think most of America did.
Yeah.
I was late for work because of that damn game.
Cowboys, Saints. I will be no. When we did our picks last week, I picked the Saints. Number one being it's super hard to play in fucking New Orleans in that dome. It's like I legitimately like a 12th fucking man on the field. Cowboys coming in riding high because they 3-0. Dak, big time numbers. Zeke, pretty decent numbers for coming off the holdout or whatever. And they went in there, and the Saints defense said, "Hey, y'all ain't about to come in here and
You're
do
not
that
going
shit."
to do that here.
And I mean they balled out, man.
They did exactly. I've been on that train all season. I love the Saints defense. I think they play great. I'm a big fan of Sean Payton.
Yeah.
I knew they were going to get it done. I picked them to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
So you think Dak is worth $40 million a year?
Oh no. You gonna tell me you're worth $40 million a year when the GOAT is down there making like $27 million a year? No fucking way. There's when I heard that number the first time, like remember in like a week's time, like every day when they would talk about it on sports media, it went up like a couple $1 million. I'm like, y'all getting to $34 million for Dak?
See, let me tell you something. If he would have came in the Saints game,
Mm-hmm.
Zeke is averaging 1.2 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
Dak would have threw the ball 30, 40 times and lit him up. I said, okay.
Yeah.
But see, without that, Zeke is the reason why Dallas go.
Mm-hmm.
See, everybody, oh, man, Dak, no. You know, because, see, Brady can throw the ball for 50 times a game. Drew Brees can. Aaron Rodgers, you don't need a running game. You just hand the ball off just to keep the defense honest every once in a while.
Yeah.
But, see, those are the kind of guys that if Dak was like that,
Yeah.
I say pay the man.
Yeah.
But
He's not. And we talked about that in our first podcast about whether
Who's the most important one? Yeah, the most important.
Zeke.
Yeah, he is. Look, they went in there. And the teams that they played the first 3 weeks of the season are not that good, and so they went in there playing a team that's good.
Legitimate defense.
Yes, a legitimate defense, and a quarterback, Teddy B, who can manage that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like he can manage it. Kamara had a great game.
That I was just getting ready to say.
Yeah.
That way.
But I'm saying though, you can't just do that with if Teddy Bridgewater was not, if he was trash, it don't matter how good Kamara is.
Right.
You still need somebody in there who can call at least one audible a game that you know what I'm saying, looking at the field and say, oh shit.
And he had escapability. He got away from it.
He got away from
his
him.
legs kept the defense off balance.
Yeah, university, and then that if that happens, you have like a state like Alabama would have no choice but to do it. Georgia would have no choice but to do it because, you know, if you have the choice, what they were saying, if you have a choice between going to Alabama to play or going to fucking Arkansas, but Arkansas is straight up going to pay you, like you get to keep your money.
You going to Arkansas?
Yeah, and then what happens to Alabama after 2-3 years of top these 5-star recruits going to another state? Because I'm allowed to get paid for my jersey.
They'll be ranked like 4th or 5th to start the year instead of
Probably, but
Alabama's bad.
yeah,
You know,
but
bad
but
example.
but you don't understand what I'm saying though. You know,
Everybody's going to go to Notre Dame.
yeah, because
You know why? Their every game is televised.
They got their own fucking network.
They got
national NBC.
You know, they're going to be the Notre Dame's going to be a powerhouse. But then, all right, so now we're talking football. Now you got to look into the baseball,
Basketball.
Yep.
I should say basketball, baseball, golf, diving, fucking curling.
But here's the
You
thing,
know.
though. What sport carries all those sports?
Football.
Football.
Some schools, Some schools. Who carries Duke?
The basketball team.
Basketball team.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's still more or less it's still those top two sports.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it's not like those guys are. I hate the argument that they're not getting paid. I mean, they're getting the full scholarship.
Yeah,
they're getting the meals and
Well, I got paid when I was at OU.
you get the stipend.
Shit, I got paid.
you get stipend on.
To get like
Food and shit.
when
yeah.
I was in school, they gave us like $300.
They're getting like $750 now a weekend.
Yeah, they gave us
stipend.
300. They gave us $300.
And
So.
tell me they're not getting. You know, some of these guys are getting.
Oh, under the table?
Well, they're getting summer internships.
Yeah.
You know where
Yeah,
they're
I had
making
a job like that.
$200,000 for the summer.
Man, I had a job like that. Shit.
How much do tattoos cost? You know.
Yeah, they all
and you
tatted up.
see a
Oh,
lot
you
of
talking about Aaron Pryor?
full up sleeves. And,
Yeah.
I mean, so
It's one of those kind of things, man. I really feel that you really can't measure it because you think about it, man. You got kids that come from environments where they have nothing
Yeah.
and they're hungry, and then why you think some guys was still in college? Oh, you're on scholarship. Sometimes you're hungry.
I have heard. I've known a couple of dudes who went to college,
Yeah.
at smaller colleges, play football, and be like, dude, people just leave because they're starving.
Right. Right.
Look,
I mean,
when to me, it just doesn't. It doesn't seem right for like a player's jersey to sell this many. Like they're buying it because of the dude. Now, if they could find a way to creatively like pay them and it not like, because you're a slippery slope, like it can really go down really fast. You know what I'm saying? Like it can get crazy. Just, I would be, if I was on a video game as a college football player and you look at the stats on there and I was good and it was like speed this, all this and that, they just don't have a name on it, but that's fucking me. Like I'd be like, yeah, you get some money off of that. You know what I'm saying? But like, it can get bad really fast.
you're gonna pay them all the same. What's the
That's
third
what I'm-
stringer gonna? You know.
Yeah, that's
yeah, you know, like how you gonna pay a guy that's a walk on a team versus a guy that's a future #1 draft pick?
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting, man. Once all the money, the big money got involved, it changed. See, the biggest thing that I had from this is a different sport, was the kid that was doing the snowboarding. During the Olympics, the guy that made out, I forgot the kid's name, but he was like the world top snowboarder. He lost his scholarship because he was making money on the side doing snowboarding. And see, this is how this all pay for play thing started. It had nothing to do with football. It started with the kid in the Olympics several years ago. I forgot the guy's name, but that's how it all started. And he sued the NCAA to keep his money, to keep his eligibility.
Yeah. Did he win?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's how it all started.
and I'm sure they got teams of people working on this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's like teams of people that are running the numbers and doing
Yep.
it. I think it might be a little bit too soon, but it's not starting until 2023 though, is it?
But
Oh, okay.
See,
So
there's a lot of other things. You need to read this book called The $40 Million Slave by Wilbon.
Mhm.
No, Rosen, the guy that's on ESPN, $40 Million Slave, man. Once you read that book, you're
clarifies a lot of shit.
Oh yeah. So most people don't understand it, and when I look at this NCAA thing, considering that I was part of that industry as an athlete, I have a whole different take to it. And maybe off camera we can talk about it more in depth. So I don't want to piss off a lot of people out there in TV land.
I'm just gonna brush through these like we normally do, man, till the playoff rankings come out.
Right.
Penn State rolled Maryland. Clemson almost got beat. Let me ask y'all what y'all think about the decisions. Y'all see it? North Carolina, they scored to bring it 21-20,
Right.
and they could have tied with a kick.
tie it.
Yes, or
No.
they went for the 2 points.
They had to do that to show the fans that we trying to win, not just
I feel
survive.
that. I feel that.
Because, think about it. In the overtime, would you get the ball on the 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have stopped Clemson.
No.
So they said
That you know what? I heard that same argument earlier about it. They said it like Clemson is better than North Carolina. So at some point that betterness is about to show itself.
right?
And if they would if North Carolina could have got that 2 points and won it, and then if they'd have went to overtime, it
would have got ugly quick.
Clemson probably would have scored, and then North Carolina wouldn't have, and it'd been over. And
then the game would have looked really bad that they lost by 7 points, a touchdown versus losing by 1 point.
But in OT, not in I don't know.
I'm glad I'm not a head coach right now.
I would have done. I would have went for 2.
You would have went for 2.
I guess if you're 2-2, you're a desperate team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have had no slow ass guy running option though. I can promise you that. And to the short side of the field too. I was like, man, what that? I guess they tried to fool him.
A lot of times, like when we watch football, well, you probably see a lot more than we do. But like you watching, you that's why I like to listen to the sports fucking radio, because this next one I'm hitting Alabama and Ole Miss. I mean, Alabama rolled 59-31, but I heard a couple times today, dudes
It was ugly.
They were like, they said Alabama's defense, but they ain't looking too well.
True.
Letting Ole Miss score 31 points on
Ole Miss
in the
always
fourth.
give Alabama fits.
Yeah.
See, the problem with the teams at the top, Georgia, Clemson, Alabama, Oklahoma. You know what the difference is between those teams and other teams that really play them real tight? Depth.
Mm-hmm.
They're not 3 deep. Think about it. How many running backs Georgia can roll out there and get 100 yards on a team?
Like 5, 4.
Think about it. How many running backs Alabama can do that? 3, 4 guys waiting their turn.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma, Clemson.
Yeah.
So when you look at Ole Miss, they only 1 deep. And the guy behind him, it's a big drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. So until those schools get too deep, they can handle them. But the thing is, if they play these guys, you got to get so far out where they have to really struggle to get back. But if it's close,
Yeah.
now if they play a good team with a good offense and a decent defense, Alabama, they can be beaten. And Clemson can be beaten.
Oh, we done seen that shit.
You saw what Notre Dame did to Georgia.
Yeah, they got too close for comfort. That's
Way
what
too
that
close.
was.
Way too close.
It's just a matter of depth.
Your boys smashed on Texas Tech.
A little bit.
Yeah, that was.
Well, that was a scrimmage.
Jalen Hurts.
Hey man, if Oklahoma has 3 straight Heisman winners, dude.
Now,
Oklahoma need to get a damn defense now. Now I'm like, you talk about your boys. Now let me tell you, we have to get a defense. They're trying to get the defense to get too deep, just like I was saying.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
But-
when do y'all play Texas?
October 12th.
Okay, that's gonna be a damn game.
Shit, man, let me tell you something.
See those kind of games, both teams are up for that game.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Every year when I was at OU, they would always play that damn Texas song during practice. We hated that shit. Man, I mean, they would play that song every practice leading up to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you what we used to do. There's 2 teams. Every team we would play that week, there's 2 other teams that we would practice their plays at the end of practice. We'd do 10 plays per team. It was Texas plays and Nebraska plays.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
at that time, we were in the Big 8.
Mm-hmm.
We would always practice their plays, no matter who we were playing that week.
Yeah.
We always practice their plays. We like 10-minute practice. Then we run Texas plays. Then we run Nebraska plays.
Yeah.
Every practice.
That tells you how big of a game though it is, because you said when do you play Texas? He was like October 12th.
Yeah. Oh,
it wasn't
yeah.
even a
Yeah.
No.
When's Red River? October 12th.
Yeah.
October 12th. October 12th, man. They divide off the streets. OU Texas weekend is doing a state fair. And back in the old days, you used to bring your shotguns and shoot up. Oh, yeah, man. You can't
Shoot
do
up
that.
in the air and.
Oh, yeah, man. They would divide off Carmer Street. One side Texas, one side OU. And everybody walking up and down the street yelling and drunk and eating all the damn fried food, clogging your arteries, man. The first time I ever went, man, I was blown away.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, dang.
I bet it's like that to be a player for either Florida or Georgia and go to the damn cocktail party.
Oh yeah, no, it's not the cocktail party anymore.
Oh, yeah.
What did they call it now?
I don't know what they call it. They stopped calling it the world's largest.
Outdoor cocktail party.
Why?
Yeah.
Because of political correctness?
Yeah.
Of course.
'Cause they don't even call it the Red River Shootout anymore.
Oh, really?
It used to be called the Shootout.
Now it's a rivalry.
Yep. Yep.
Auburn rolled Mississippi State, Wisconsin.
That's one team that surprised me this year.
Who's that? Auburn. Yeah.
Auburn.
Yeah.
That's probably the game of the week in college football.
Coming up.
Yeah, they play Florida.
For sure.
Florida rolled. They played the fucking Towson. Who the fuck?
Leave them alone. Everybody got to, you know, they don't have preseason in college. So you got to get you a couple preseason games.
Notre Dame rolled on Virginia.
I actually thought that was a pretty decent game to the end.
Yeah.
It's a matter of depth.
Mm-hmm.
The depth. When you see these big schools and these, what you call them, marginal schools,
Yeah. Well.
mediocre, excuse me, play these top 10, top 5 schools really tough, it shows up in the second half because of depth.
Yeah.
You got your first string guys playing 50 snaps, and you got those guys playing 25 snaps per half.
Yeah. And plus, I mean, they probably get paid like $90,000.
90? They got paid more than that.
You think so?
Yeah.
How much did the one
900 and
yeah,
something.
Tennessee paid that little school?
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Georgia State.
Georgia State.
And they kicked their ass.
Yep.
Give me my damn money. Let's go home.
GSU, they paid him like $950 or something.
Think
like
about
that.
it, man. You lose the game, and then you got to pay them. Shit.
I hope the check clears. Michigan bounced back from getting destroyed by fucking Wisconsin.
He gonna get fired.
He gone.
When he lose against Ohio State.
Yeah,
Now, speaking of that, I got a tidbit to add you about your boy from Michigan, man. You know, he's only good for 4 to 5 years. We was talking about earlier before the show.
Mm-hmm.
He wears on people, man.
Does he?
Yeah, he was like that at San Diego.
San Francisco?
No, he was at San Diego, the Aztecs at one time.
Oh, okay.
Then
okay.
he went to Stanford.
Mhm.
He wears on the staff, man. The guy is a grinder. And they about tied his ass up in Michigan.
Well, if they don't beat Ohio State, he probably.
He gonna lose another one though.
Yeah. He has 0 wins.
One of my good friends, man. Shouts out to Mitchell. He served with me in Hawaii. He's from Michigan. He's fucking huge. He might be about ready to see him out of there because that's that many seasons in a row. You can't beat that's what they bring. You know what I'm saying? That's one of those rivalries that's what they bring you in there for. Is to fucking
beat. Think about how many coaches got fired messing around with Alabama and the SEC. And so everybody want to hire a Nick Saban assistant to be the head coach.
Yeah. And it's still going bad.
Yeah. Well,
Nick Saban has yet to be beat by one of his fucking Michigan State rolled, Oklahoma State. Let me jump right quick. Obviously, this week, I think the biggest game has got to be fucking
Florida Auburn.
Yeah, Florida Auburn.
Florida Auburn.
Oh man,
100%. Yeah, if you're not watching that game, I don't know. You're.
What about Wisconsin, Kent State? No, I'm just messing with you.
Dude, why is it? You know, that's one of the things about college football that kind of shocks me. I guess it has to do with where you're playing and things like that. Game, which is obviously a primetime game, is a 3:30 game.
Yeah,
3:30.
I think Ohio State, Michigan State might be because they.
Yeah, they.
Oh, you know what?
I mean,
Ohio State hadn't had a. Remember that dude I was talking about last week? Dude that cuts my hair. He's Ohio State fan. He said, "Man, they got they need to show. They got to play somebody. So they playing somebody this week.
Yes, they
Michigan
are.
State.
when I hear people say, "Oh, they got to play somebody," no, motherfucker, you play what's on your schedule.
No, but
if you had to play a sorry ass team on your schedule, it just happens.
nah. If Oklahoma played sorry teams for the first 5 games,
I'll be just as happy because we won.
but how much does that tell you about your team though?
Let me tell you,
Like if you guys, you know what I'm saying? You like to know in your head, like if we make it to the playoffs, say for instance, I like to know that we could compete and not that we just destroyed these weak teams. You know,
You're supposed to see. It's like this: when Alabama played a weak team, they shut them out.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to statistically build your game.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
And so if you playing a so-called weaker team and you dominate in all three phases, special teams, offense, defense, and statistically you shut them down, that to me is a good win. Now you play a weaker team and statistically they supposed to only score about say Oklahoma average is 14 points a game. So we holding every team we played thus far
to 14 points or less.
14 points or less. We hitting our mark. Now, if you play a team, your defense, you average, you allow 14 points, and they score 45, we got to. It's like that in the middle of the afternoon.
Oh, see, you got the time.
Because my wife, Iris, won't go to movies like that. She like to go to those girly movies. I had to go and sit up with it.
I can't get Holly to go to the movies either.
She won't go see. Holly won't go see just regular girly movies.
No, she don't. I have a movie theater in my house.
She don't hardly use it.
She's watched 3 movies up here.
Really?
In 2 years, 3 movies.
See, I got all those.
And I've had to drag her up here for all 3.
Shit, I'll be your date for the night then.
How many movies we watched?
Shit, 30.
30.
Which movies do you have like the special Fire Stick kind of thing?
No, typically either Anthony will bring them over, or I'll download them. Well, not download them, I'll get them, stream them.
Man, y'all hang out like that all the time.
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, that's how my best friend and I, we the same way. Irish used to get mad. He would come over to the house and spend the night. I mean, we 50 years old, man. Yeah, get to your room ready for that. She used to get jealous, man.
Oh, yeah, I know the feeling.
Oh, yeah, that's all y'all do. She called my best friend. That your wife called.
He's my boyfriend.
Yeah.
This is my boy I told that was a soap opera actor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, man, you ain't tell him. I was like, babe, look, you ain't never had a best friend like this. How long you guys been friends for what?
Been over 2 years, ain't it?
Been like 4, man.
Is it 4? Fuck.
See, Tim and I, we've been friends since we were born.
Well, hold on. Well, let's see.
We 9 months apart. We used to be in the bed together when our moms were getting their master's degree.
Right after the Seahawks.
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet?
Through the Chive.
Yeah, online group.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But you guys are a perfect match. I hate to say it.
It was right. It was right because I remember the first time I met you, I told you I hope y'all beat the fucking shit out of the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I remember telling you that because they had just beat us and put us out of the playoffs. 2014.
Yeah. So your wives met too?
No, I met you and Brooke.
Yeah.
And Anthony was an asshole the first time we met. You know what we started talking about?
What?
Football.
You were an asshole?
I didn't know nobody when I got
quiet.
When I got to the meetup spot where everybody was at, I didn't know anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time coming, but everybody else, they knew each other. They had done.
Man, you got such a cool vibe, dude.
We started talking football. It was Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
And the only reason I
Remember, I was like, "Fuck, Cowboys fucking suck." And there's that big black dude at the
With the
at the
cowboy
bar
hat
with the
on.
cowboy hat. He turned around.
See,
and he was
with
like,
you, Iris always talked about PJ. Sloan, you need to meet PJ. PJ love football. Yeah. I was like, oh, shit. Because I'm not really into all the dog people. You know, the
"Oh
rescue
yeah,
people.
me too."
I'm just not, them motherfuckers crazy, man. So I was like, she was like, nobody don't even know I'm married. I'm like, motherfucker, you better let them know if somebody get some pussy off of you. Tell them I'm married to a black man. Shit. So, I know I get a little fucked up sometimes. But then when I met PJ, man, I was like, yeah.
We talked like crazy at the wedding.
For real?
Yeah, that's the first I met him. I was like, shit, I like this old boy.
Yep.
My kind of dude. And I always had a thing for your wife anyway, so
Yeah,
it
you
kind of
know.
worked. Don't get mad at me, man.
All right, I'm finna start this thing back recording now.
All right.
What the fuck were we talking about?
NCAA.
No, we were talking about games. We were talking about the Ohio State, Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Michigan State. Because you were talking about your friend at the place said they haven't played anybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's where we left off.
We're basically done with the
Yeah. We'll,
college.
as soon as I hit record, we'll jump back into next week's NFL. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you?
Get back to that.
If you're on the same thing I am, we can just call them out.
I'm on NFL.
Okay. All right, recording. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's jump back to the NFL, the Professional Football League, and time for game picks. Games coming up Thursday night, first game.
Two Thursday night games in a row that are good to watch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not typical for Thursday night games to be good.
No, man, I usually go to sleep first quarter.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
This week we got Rams Seahawks. On paper, it's going to be a good game
Yeah.
in Seattle.
In Seattle.
Yeah. That's going to be my deciding factor, considering how the Rams played last week, and it's in where the actual 12th man lives. I'm gonna go Seahawks on that one.
Oh, Seahawks for me for sure. I don't like the way the Rams.
I'm going Seahawks.
My brother was supposed to send in his picks. Oh wait, hold on. No, he said just got home. Well, obviously he's not doing picks.
What happened? He doesn't want to play with us anymore?
He had to work,
Yeah. Shit, getting home this late from work, I'd be fucking pissed. No, but he'll listen to it, and then he'll put, make sure we get him from him before Thursday.
Yeah. Now we got another interesting game coming up Sunday, 1:00. Jaguars Panthers.
Yeah. See, once again, man, that shit is in Carolina, man. The games this close, like.
I look at the quarterback.
well, you got Gardner Minshew, and you got Kyle Allen.
Kyle Allen.
You like Allen?
I think Allen is a better quarterback,
Yeah.
and I really do think if Cam Newton's not playing, I'm going with the Panthers. They just got better. They got better offensive firepower.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers, not just because they're at home, but because their defense legitimately shut down Watson and them last week. And so if they're able to do even half of that, I think they'll pull it out at home.
Yeah, I think Christian McCaffrey is going to be the
deciding factor.
Yeah.
What about the boy? Jalen Ramsey though, man.
He's still out there in limbo.
That's an asshole of the week too. You know that?
he was there.
He said he has back problems now.
He had the flu, and then he had back problems.
Then the wife had a baby.
That's too much. That's way too much.
Him and Marone ain't getting along.
No.
And I think the team is tired of his shit.
Oh yeah, and so is Marone's not getting along, and what's his name is absolutely sick of his shit.
Coughlin?
Coughlin.
Yeah, the gentleman. Yeah.
Coughlin is just.
Coughlin's old school though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna trade him for a 5th round pick and a pack of beans. Get him out.
Sit his ass Arizona. He probably really shit bricks.
Speaking of which.
Yeah. next game up, Cardinals Bengals.
I see the Cardinals coming out on this one.
I got the Cardinals on
I
that.
think I think they want to win.
Yeah, Cardinals get their first win of the season.
And I think the Bengals are just
They're done.
they're just beat up. They can't get anything going.
Did you see Andy Dalton? How he was just he was falling down. He didn't want to get it. He didn't want none of that action. You know,
I wouldn't want any more of that action either.
No.
I mean that offensive line said, "Oh shit, let me get down."
Yeah, he was getting work.
Yeah. So that's our picks for that one. Falcons, Texans.
I'm going with the Texans, man. I hate to say it, even though I have ties with the Falcons, but I'm going with the Texans, man.
Texans had a down week last week. I think they're going to want to bounce back.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, the Falcons' performance thus far, you'd have to say that's a good team you want to bounce back on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go Texans. They're at home, and they lost a close game last week, and the Falcons aren't looking too good.
Yeah, I'm going Texans too. Their defense is just just better. I think they're going to get through. They're going to cause problems for Ryan. I think they're going to stop the run. I'm not going to say Julio's not going to have a
he probably will.
a good game, but Texans.
Who?
This is a tough one, huh? Who would have thought that this was going to be a tough game to pick?
Jesus Christ.
I know who I'm picking though.
Bucks Saints.
Bucks Saints.
Even though I said that I was most surprised by them, the Saints are playing at home. I think by this point, I think the Browns are kind of used to the fucking the lights. This is a Monday night game. 49ers, I can't remember the last time I seen them playing on like Monday night prime time, the only game on TV.
But think about the Browns have had a lot of primetime games.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. So they've done it before.
The routine.
Yeah, well, not just the routine, but just having the light. You know what I mean? Having the lights on you. 49ers are kind of young. They haven't had that yet.
No, but they're coming off a bye. They've done nothing but work on.
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
against the Browns.
I think they'll get them. I think the Browns. I think it's going to be like 20-17 or some shit. But I'm gonna pick the Browns.
I'm going with the Browns too. Well, I'm only going with the Browns because of sentimental purposes. I ain't talking about no damn matchups or none of that. I'm just going. That's my homeboy. Go ahead on that Mayfield.
Bye teams, the Lions. Dude, what is it? This NFL season doesn't normally start with just two teams on bye. It's odd. You know it?
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, only two teams on the bye. That is like odd. And I've been watching football for a long time because you know you're always paying attention to your team's bye week.
Now the Raiders are playing in England, right?
Shit. That's like that's another few weeks.
Another few weeks. Okay.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, they're going over to Wembley.
They are.
Yeah.
Tottenham Hotspur
Buccaneers.
Stadium.
Huh? It's not Wembley.
No, it says Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Is that this week?
Yeah, the Bears and the Raiders.
Shit, it is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
At 1:00. Normally we get a 10:00 start when they play it, and damn it.
It's gonna be an early morning game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at 1 p.m. Normally those games are 10
I mean, it doesn't really change my pick, but fuck,
sucks.
That sucks.
I'm sorry, guys.
Sucks. I didn't know they were playing this week.
Yep.
There.
Dude, hey, I'll be honest. That I understand that there are football fans all over the world, but oh shit, they just moved us to fucking Sunday night. Oh my, that is huge. It says Sunday, NBC, 8:20 p.m. Cowboys Packers.
Oh, you know, we talked about that last, week before
Yeah.
last, because you mentioned that.
They just straight flexed us. You see it in the little video? Is it? Oh, you ain't on it no more.
No.
Oh my goodness.
So next time I'm bringing my laptop, man. I'm on my phone and stuff. Well, it's just like my little baby computer.
I mean, they are. I mean, really.
It doesn't show there. It shows on this little, the little video and the highlights thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That is crazy. Straight flex right before our eyes.
Wow.
I guess they thought that's a better game than the Kansas City.
I'd be pissed if I was Kansas City.
Dude, what if you don't buy tickets?
I think they will honor them.
No, they'll honor them. But what if you were planning on it being like Sunday night, super hyped atmosphere football? Now they're probably $4.50 or $4.30.
Sorry for your luck. I mean, look, you're buying tickets to an NFL game.
Yeah.
You know that's a possibility. You know, if you're
Good.
you're good or if you're not good. If you root for a shit team and you have a Sunday night game, the tickets suspect. Well, great. Well, shit, I'll be getting no sleep Sunday night now.
Jesus. Dude, as much as I love watching fucking football, the late games, man.
Kill me.
You're killing me, man.
Yeah,
And-
it's killing me because I get up at 3:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
And
Like, like Sunday night games. Well, you know what? Both, I guess, Sunday night and Monday night games, you can legitimately be like there's real reasons why the game comes on that late. You know, people work and shit.
I wish they started them at 7:00. I can go to
Oh,
bed.
man,
That would be awesome. But they want everybody to get that prime time, get home, eat, shower, clean
Yup.
your kids up, put them to bed. And, I mean, it's a crazy thing, man.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
It works. The ratings are, I don't know what the ratings are.
Oh, they're up.
Yeah.
The NFL's ratings are always, football's ratings are always up.
You know, they're trying to get that CBA done before the season is over. You didn't hear about that?
No, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know they don't want to wait until the off season to try to do that shit.
No.
Because they don't want to. There's a risk of strikes and all that other crazy shit.
They're having meetings and stuff. I'll let you guys know about some other details about that stuff too.
Okay,
You know,
Yeah,
when the time comes.
we'll be looking
Got
forward
our
to it.
insider.
Yeah,
So,
NFL insider Sloan.
yeah, too inside sometimes. Believe me.
All right, you guys, that has been this week's show, episode 5 in the books. You've heard our picks, you've heard our takes on a lot of subjects in within the sport of football. We'll be seeing you all next week. I am ACS. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at 2279ACS.
I'm PJ. Find me on Instagram at i.r.pj.
I'm Sloan at Get Fit with Sloan Personal Training. And we just do it right.
And don't forget my brother Jonathan,
Yes.
who's not with us. Instagram,
Hi, John.
Instagram and Twitter, i.r.jonathan.
Yeah.
He'll be with us next week.
Yeah, he'll be back on here next week. So until next week, instant replay out.
Out.